Hey YouTube, this is your girl Lucky doing my Butch Femme discussion channel episode for relationships. So welcome, thank you, and please rate, comment, and subscribe. Oh wow, relationships. Isn't this a fun subject for a lot of people? And actually no, it's not. And it's crazy because it should be fine. You know what I'm saying? It should be something that everybody can have and everybody's treated equal and everybody gets what they want and everybody loves it. But a lot of times people hate them or avoid them, and you know, sometimes I'm one of them. So this is going to be like a little ditty about Jack and Diane, and my version is going to be kind of general and kind of personal. So I don't like relationships because I don't like being hurt, and I have been hurt a lot of times. I don't like relationships, not just for myself, but almost for other people. I think that being a single mom and have gone through abusive relationships in the past or just hectic ones, you know, I think people lie and they cheat and they hurt, and some people do it intentionally. Some people do it as like a result of them just having problems, and that's just something that they've always known how to do, or maybe came from a family of divorce, and you know, they just pick up those things and they might not even realize that they're doing them. But you hurt people, and it's not fun. It's not nice, you know. Some people change, some people don't. Some people are willing to accept that and acknowledge it and try to create a better atmosphere, and other people just keep on going. So I'm one that I feel like I can have a break. I don't have to be with somebody. I'd rather be single than be around bullshit. It took me a long time to realize that. I was in a very long relationship years ago, and I didn't ever feel like I really knew that person or loved them, and it took me several years to realize it after being hurt so much. And sometimes emotional abuse is the worst, and it happens to a lot of people and they don't even realize A, they're doing it, or B, the person's receiving it. So you know, it's just, what's wrong with like truly liking somebody for who they are, not judging them, trying to understand them, trying to help them out. And it doesn't mean support them. You know, I think people get that twisted. Like, if I support you and I, you know, financially give you some money and take you out to eat or do this, that, and that, then I'm the best person in the world. And actually, I have learned that that is actually the opposite, for me anyways. You know, you, to each his own. You might like a certain style of how you want to be and who you want to be with and how you want to do it. Well, I think that some of the best friendships or relationships that you can develop are just truly being yourself, and you know, either going Dutch on dates or take turns paying for things, or not even doing those type of things at all. There's other ways to get to know somebody without dating. Some people just jump right into a relationship, and I don't think that works either, but you can't help how you feel. You know, the person that I'm with now, you know, I didn't have any intentions or expectations. I don't think she did either. She is or was getting out of a long or kind of serious relationship, and I wasn't in one, and I'd been dating and stuff, but it just kind of, things happened and we couldn't stop our feelings for each other. For that, we're still dating, and also because of that, we're still having problems, meaning, you know, she has a situation with her ex going on, and I'm not very happy with it. You know, there's things that happen, but you know, I don't own her. I'm not married to her. In some ways we can do whatever we want, but yet I feel like we respect each other and know what we want, which is each other. So I have love for that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm always in the fear of getting hurt. I want to protect myself and my family, and I don't feel like I deserve to be, you know what I'm saying, in the blunt of somebody else's disorganization or false programming. So like I said, whether it's intentional or not, I think that people can are afraid to be alone or don't know how to deal with real relationships or real matters. And I'm not saying that means you're mature or immature. It means like you just haven't had those certain experiences, or you might not have boundaries. And sometimes you have to be with a certain person or go through a certain situation to realize that. So I think that the most important things, obviously, like a lot of us have been saying, is trust and support each other, as far as like having care for each other, and you know, really understanding everybody's emotional desires and needs. No, sex is not the most important thing in a relationship, but trust me, it is a very good thing, especially when you start off having sex. and you don't, if you start having sex a lot, which happens in a lot of flings or relationships or whatever, then you kind of dwindle down. It can be a disaster for one of the persons, probably not both, but one of them, and that makes a hinder on the relationship. So I say keep your flame going if you've got it. If you have good sex and you're attracted to each other and you feel that desire all the time, then try to figure it out for each other. You know, I'm saying if the other person isn't wanting to be pleased, well, try to figure out how that other person needs to be so that you can kind of keep that fire burning, you know. Otherwise, let's see what else. You know, romance. You can have romance in so many ways without, you know, going out on the night of town. If you have the means to do that, you have the capability to do that, that's truly what you both like and want, then work it out, you know. You just have to have some communication and understanding. And that doesn't mean you have to have a big long conversation every day that you're with this person. I think some things are just automatic and you figure it out. If you're with somebody and you can't figure out one thing you like about them, or one thing that makes you feel close to them, or one thing that makes your heart smile when you're around them, then truly what is the point? And I'm not trying to hurt you or offend you for those of you that might be with someone and not have those things. But if you're constantly questioning yourself and your feelings and your emotions and your desire and your well-being with this person, when you're with them and when you're without them, there is no point to being with them. So your heart should know. Sometimes it takes a minute, but your heart should know. I don't like cheaters. I hate cheaters. I've never cheated. I've been with a lot of cheaters. I don't understand why people have to do that. I really don't. I'm a grown-ass woman. I think I've been trying to figure it out to the end of time, and I might not ever figure it out. But I also know that sometimes while being cheated on, or somebody's cheating on the other person with you, they may be figuring out who they are and who they want. I don't think that's the best dose of medication, but if that's what it takes and people have an understanding and there's not a lot of hearts being hurt for a long time, do whatever. Just don't, you know, do it unto me a lot to figure it out. I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to know about it, yet I want people to be honest. You know, you have to have peace of mind and honesty and know that can you count on that person, you know what I'm saying, and just rely on them. It doesn't mean like have them take you to the McDonald's drive-thru every day, not that kind of relying. Be proud of yourself and be independent of yourself so that you know, when you are in a relationship, that you aren't in some drowned out emotional struggle and trying to figure out everything, you know. I was talking to my girl about roasting her because I was mad at her like a week ago. I thought it was like a coincidence that we were talking about relationships this week, and I didn't think it'd truly be fair. And I had some personal things going on this week, and it just kind of, you know, made me think how I wanted to do this video, but then I'm like, oh, I can't, and maybe I shouldn't talk about this. But I think really watching other people's videos too, I mean, being the end of the week, it's kind of hard because I want to support the people on the collab channel, but I also don't want to look like I'm, you know, taking things away from what they said. Just individually watch them and encourage each other. However, they've all said really good things, and I think the bottom line is we want to be treated equal, we want to treat fair, we want to love another person. It doesn't always mean you have to be in love and be married the next day. It just means have love for one another, because what really, after several months of seeing somebody, is the point of being with them. You know, if you just want a friendship and a date once in a while, hey, and it works out for both of you, whatever. But think of some of the really good marriages that turn out, or relationships that turn out, how they invested and took care of each other and watched out for each other and truly had each other's back. I mean, yeah, it is important to be friends, but I don't want more friends. I want somebody that I can confide in and feel comfortable with and feel safe with and be happy with and share moments with, you know. Some people just aren't on the same page. They don't ever want the same things, and you know, one person might have a kid, another person doesn't. One person has this and the other person doesn't. There is still ways to work it out. You just have to figure it out for yourself. Some people get it right off the bat, some people don't, and it can be a disaster. But I think that you know, there's no law saying you have to be with somebody, and yes, it can get lonely. So, you know, I understand that, but if you go from relationship to relationship, there's kind of something going on with you personally, and you need to figure that out.